you gonna keep that thing from me?
Hello, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this look right here, which to some can be an everyday look and to some could be a very done up look. For me, this is an everyday look. I'm in college, so this would be something that I would feel comfortable with wearing, unless you're the type of person that doesn't like wearing a whole lot of makeup. This might not be the look for you. If that's the case, then just go ahead and move on. Unless you want to watch it and just you like me, then that's cool too. If you would like to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. But before I begin, if anybody wants to follow me on any social media accounts, I have them listed here and I will leave them in the description box as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Okay, so I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera. I used my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer Pencil. This is in the shade Dark Brunette. I don't really use anything else for my brows unless it's my ABH Dip Brow, which is very rare, but lately I've been going for my pencil on like an everyday basis. I also moisturized off camera because that's nothing special either. I use natural unrefined shea butter. I ordered it off Amazon and I mean, I feel like it's been doing pretty well for my skin. I actually have been noticing some improvements. I don't want to say that too loud because I feel like the skin gods are gonna come for me and we gonna square up and I just can't do that. Moving on to primer. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is my e.l.f. Luminous Matte Face Primer. I think that's what it's called. I've been using this forever and I think this is the perfect go-to primer for everyone and all skin types.
No need to blend it in. We're just gonna leave it like this.
For foundation, I know a lot of people don't like wearing foundation to school and this is a back to school look, but me personally, I do wear foundation whenever I go to school. There's times when I don't, but for the most part, I normally do. Today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. This is in the shade 128 Warm Nude and it has SPF 50. And if you know me, you know SPF is my bitch, so we're here for this. So what I'm going to do is just dot this all over my face, just like this. I don't have like a specific technique to it. I just go all over. I actually prefer that it's in a squeezy tube. I know some people aren't the biggest fan of that, but I like that because I could just apply it straight to my face as I just did. And then I'm just gonna take my Real Technique sponge and blend that all in. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that my all-time favorite foundation is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. I am also in the shade 128 in this foundation, but I feel like with the Dream Urban foundation, you get a little bit more coverage and it's SPF 50 as opposed to the Fit Me, which is SPF 18. And I believe with the Dream Urban, it has pollution protection, which is pretty cool because I say this all the time, but our air quality sucks major ass, not just in Chicago but just everywhere. As for the coverage of this foundation, I feel like it does a decent job at covering up redness and some scarring because I suffer from acne scarring, and although it doesn't look like I have acne, well actually I don't have acne, but pimple scarring. I've always been the type to pick at my pimples, so I do have some scarring on the sides of my cheeks and it kind of just covered it up, no problem. It isn't full coverage, but it is decent enough coverage to where everything looks covered and everything looks good and nothing's peeking through. For concealer, I'm using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I'm in the shade Sand. Just so you know, I'm gonna be using a lot of Maybelline products in this video. It's not a sponsored video. This isn't like a one brand tutorial. It's just I use a lot of Maybelline products, so I'm sorry in advance. I actually just rediscovered this concealer. I used to be obsessed with this when I first started makeup and I don't know why I stopped using it, but
she's back.
So underneath my eyes and basically my whole entire face, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild, oh my god. Anyways, I know this isn't the packaging for it, but let me just say, when it comes to the Wet n Wild translucent powder, it's very messy when you open it every single time. So I got sick and tired of it and I just put it in this empty Laura Mercier container because I thought,
maybe one day I'm gonna repurchase it.
No, this one's really good as well. It's a great powder, don't get me wrong. I just feel like the packaging could be a little better, or at least the like how the product is dispensed, the little holes, I feel like maybe they should be a little smaller. No idea, but I don't know, they need to fix that, because that's the only thing that really bothers me about this powder, to be honest with you. Mostly to take the powder around my mouth because I have smile lines, thanks mom. And with every single foundation that I use, doesn't matter what it is, I always get the smile lines. So I noticed that to help a little bit, adding some powder around my mouth kind of helps. I don't like baking, but I just like to set really well. There. Do you see the mess? Like, it's just, it gets everywhere. Moving on to bronzer, I'm gonna be taking my Maybelline City Bronzer. This is in the shade 200. Yeah, we're back to Maybelline like we never left. By the way, I am on the hunt for a very good, like, cool neutral bronzer that I can use for contour, because I don't really contour ever. I want to start contouring a little bit, or at least like get back into contouring, because I remember when contour was like such a big thing and I never really contoured properly. I always use regular bronzers, but if you know any good cool tone bronzers, let me know, let me know, let me know. Taking the same bronzer, this may or may not look goofy, but I am going to just take a little bit of that bronzer on my nose just to warm that up. Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it just looks like my nose is burnt. I can never contour my nose like everyone else does. I don't know, that's something that I've never been able to do, and if you know how to, God bless your sweet, sweet, sweet heart. I can't. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip blush, only because I don't wear blush on an everyday basis. I don't know, that's just me. I like to put enough bronzer to where it looks like I have a little bit of life to me, but I don't need blush. That's just me. If you want to add blush, by all means do so. I don't like this at all. Oh my god. So you know, I moved, and I used to live in a 3rd floor apartment, and now I live in a house with a bedroom that's on the 1st floor, that's literally right outside of my neighbor's driveway. So I can literally see my neighbors. Like, I could see them as I'm sitting up here. I could see them walk past, and all they have to do is just like turn and look, and they could see me, and that worries me a little bit. Before I move on to highlight, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose 3-in-1 primer water. I don't just use this to prime, I literally use this for everything. This is one of my favorite facial sprays. The rose in particular, I just like the smell. I feel like they all do the same thing. There's coconut, and I believe there is, I know they have another one. Let's see. Wet. Cucumber and coconut. So I use this spray to melt my makeup together. I actually, from time to time, will use it to set my face, although it's a primer water. I use it for everything. Primer during my makeup, after my makeup, throughout the day to touch it up. I just think it does a really good job at making everything kind of look like blended and nice and hydrated and healthy, and that's just the look that I'm always going for, so love that. For highlight, I'm going to be taking my Milani strobe light. This is in the shade Afterglow. I do recommend Milani strobe lights. They are so beautiful and blinding. This one kind of has a rosy undertone, but it's not like bright pink. It just has like a slight rosy undertone. They have a bunch of shades, but this one in particular I just think is really pretty. Like, do you see the, do you see? I might have put a little too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take my sponge. I'm not okay today. I'm gonna take my sponge and just kind of blend it out a little bit, because we blinding folks over here. Okay, so I try to blend it out to the best of my ability. I just got a little too excited. Okay, so now that I'm basically finished with my face, I'm gonna go ahead and set it with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This has to be one of my favorite setting sprays, like not just in drugstore, but just like in general, because I personally feel like this actually does a good job at making your makeup last a long time. It says it lasts up to 16 hours. I don't wear makeup for 16 hours, so I've never actually tested that, but this does a good job at locking your makeup in, and it's very affordable. This is all drugstore, but yeah, I really do love this spray, and I highly, highly recommend it. Okay, so excuse my crusty lips, but for the eyes, I'm going to be taking the NYX Ultimate Edit palette. I believe this is warm neutrals. For like an everyday basis, I feel like, to me, the safest look to do is just like a brown smoky eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade right here, which is a very pretty brown. It's kind of like a regular neutral brown, and I'm going to pack that on my lid. Okay, so you see how I kind of kept it pretty simple? I just took that brown and smoked it out to where it's kind of like the color gets lost in your lid. What I am going to do is I'm going to be extra as hell, and I'm going to take this shade right here, which is a very pretty shimmery brown, and I'm going to take that on the same brush and just go over my lid with it softly, just to give my lid a little bit of shine. You don't have to do this step, this is just me being extra as hell, but I really do like the way this brown shade looks, and I'm just going to pop that in or on my lid. Moving on to mascara, I actually started applying it and forgot to tell you what I was using. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. A few of you recommended this to me when I posted my everyday natural makeup routine, and I've been using it ever since. This is such a great mascara. I personally feel like it lives pretty close to the roller lash. This mascara is so beautiful. I feel like it does a good job at lifting your lashes and kind of giving them a natural like curve to them, or curl. I just think, I don't know, it's just so pretty, and it doesn't get all that clumpy. I notice when I mix it with other mascaras, it does get a little clumpy, but I just think all mascaras are gonna do that after building it up. But I just do a coat or two of this and my lashes look beautiful. Like, I don't know if you could tell the difference, but to me there's a difference and I love it. By the way, I stopped curling my lashes with the actual lash curler because I noticed that my lashes were just ripping out one by one over time, and just didn't like that it ripped out my lashes, and I would like to keep my lashes. I actually have been trying not to wear fake lashes because that also rips out my natural lashes, so I've been trying to just let my natural lashes breathe. By the way, how are you guys liking my new setup? This is what I'm gonna deal with for the time being. My window is right here. I don't have my ring light set up because I just don't. But this is the setup that we're working with. I don't know how we feel about it. I personally like that the mirror is right there, and I kind of have my vanity back there. I'm actually at my desk. Normally I'll do my makeup there. Are we feeling it? Are we not? Let me know. Oh, hello neighbor again. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna move on to the lips. To line my lips, I'm gonna take my NYX Suede matte lip pencil. This is so damn small. I should just buy another one, but I am lazy. Oh, I know this is random as hell, but I got a few messages. Well, I got a recent message, and I've gotten a few before, asking if I got lip fillers and like, do I have like lip injections? No. These are my natural lips. Pros and cons, but yeah, I don't have lip fillers. By all means, if that's what you want to do and you have them, then cool, more power to you, but that's just something that I just don't want to do. I probably won't ever want to do, but I have naturally fuller lips, so for those of you who think I have lip injections, no sis, these are real. Now that I lined my lips, I'm gonna go ahead and take some clear gloss. This is the Essence Shine 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 Clear Gloss. It's pretty basic. You can use any clear gloss, but I've been liking lining my lips and just filling them in with clear gloss. I just think that looks really pretty. I'm just gonna lightly dab it with my fingers. That way the lip liner and the gloss kind of melts together. And lately I've been liking doing this as opposed to like wearing lipstick. Okay, one last time, I'm just gonna spray my face with my Milani Make It Last. Okay, I'm debating on whether or not I should leave my hair like this or I should do it a little better. I just put it in a bun, but I'm thinking of just leaving it down. But I did a hair mask in my hair yesterday and I washed it 3 times and it's still not completely out. So that's why it's looking a little greasy. So that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. By the way, I want to address something. So I know that not everyone reads my description box, but I highly advise that you do, because there's times when I want to announce something that I'll forget to mention in the video and I will include it in the description, but of course not everyone will look in the description. So just a heads up, from time to time take a look at my description, make sure I didn't have any announcements or any messages that I might want to let you guys know. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.